Hello everybody, my name's Chad. I'm back with another video today, and today's video is going to be another Fallout 76 video, except today is going to be a guide for XP and caps. So the title says for new and old players, obviously. So this method that I'm using in particularly are for, again, new and old players. I'm a player who bought this game at release. I left. Haven't I left for like a whole year, and then I bought it again. I started playing it, and then I just stuck with it. So in a way, you could say this method is even for veteran players. And when I say veteran players, I don't mean people who sit for hours upon hours, waste life to reach like level 4,000. Nothing against those players. It's just that not everyone can like sit there and do that. So my version of a veteran player is a person who has stuck with this game for the longest time, not to grind, but to enjoy themselves. Or players who have left and haven't touched the game in a while and then picked it up again. All right. So, we're going to discuss this in two. I'm going to discuss this in two parts. The first part will be the XP part, and then the caps part. Now, I do want to state that some of the XP explanation will merge a little bit into the same way that the caps will, so I'll try and save that part for last. So, first part is the XP. So, XP, you want to focus with your perk cards. You do want to upgrade your charisma and intelligence the most. However, you see with mine, my build is set up a specific way to fundamentally like be a jack of all trades and do damage and carry everything that I could possibly can. But on the topic of XP, you want to upgrade your charisma and intelligence, because that increases one increases the amount of XP that you get, and one makes it easier to put out the damage. Okay, now part of the XP, farm events, big places like West Tech. What else? And then places like West Tech, Pleasant Point, or Point Pleasant, any place that has a large amount of enemies that don't in particularly like constantly get farmed. The reason I say those specific points is because the enemies will always be there. You know someone else is not going to be using that farming area. That farming area is up for grabs. It's up for grabs for everyone, but you know it's going to be mostly particularly like available to you because no one else. These are areas that no one else other than West Tech really farms and grinds at. I don't know if there's random spawn points over here at Palace of the Winding Path. I can't really say. I don't sit over there. I'm going to assume that this player over here is doing what I'm talking about, so that's probably why. Another good location would be Willard's Water Park. I know that now with the fishing update, that's a popular location. What else? I know, like for new players, like a good starting point would be Morgantown Airport. Now, another good part about the XP is the items that you grab from these enemies. When you scrap these items, I'm gonna go ahead and start at my other camp, only because I have a weather station set at my main camp. I'd rather not have a weather station going on in the background, thunder and lightning constantly. So when you have all these locations, not a main camp, but it's good to have a spare camp. The reason I say it's good to have a spare camp, because a spare camp you can just place quickly and then either scrap or sell items. No, you cannot. No. No, I'm interested in talking. Thank you, good sir. I will take that Nuka-Cola. Oh, there's some stuff going on over here. So another good part about the XP is cooking. So now this is where it's starting to get tricky, or crafting, I should say. So anything you craft gives off XP and such. So like any crafting material from your chemistry, weapons, armor, and Tinker's Workbench, or anything that involves crafting in general, including your cooking. Majorly your cooking this is where this XP is basically going to come from, the source. This is my main source of XP practically. You will gain XP depending on the amount that you get. I do recommend using Super Duper when crafting in general. The reason I say that is inspect. So when you have, this is a 3-star perk in total. When you get for the first star, you get a 10% chance of getting double results. So like if I was to craft like 20 assault rifles, I have a 10% chance of doubling that. And then it increases to 2 stars with 20%, 3 stars with 30%, times 1, which is still going to be like 30%. So it's nothing big. Another good way. Now again, this is where everything is slowly merging in. I'm gonna just another good way of farming XP is your daily challenges. Get those done. The weekly challenge. There's a weekly challenge always open that never goes away. Repeatedly under rank 100 gain XP. Now it says under rank 100, but I'm a rank 243. Unless it's talking about the scoreboard itself. So unless it's talking about the scoreboard itself, that doesn't affect anything. Now, again, with the XP, that's where the charisma and intelligence comes in. One will allow you to gain the XP faster, and then one will enlarge the damage output to help you gain that XP faster. So the more you have of charisma and more intelligence you have, the faster you'll gain that XP. Now, I do recommend making a secondary perk class for this, because as you see, as I've shown, mine's is set up awfully like as a jack of all trades farming build. I'm not changing any of this. This is the good setup for me. However, with that, you can change or add another perk build to increase all of that. So I'm just gonna throw that out there left field, so I don't have to go through the process of showing you. Mine's is labeled as farmer because, again, jack of all trades. But yes. Now, the other... no shit. Now. I'm going to go ahead and load up my other camp. Because now we're going to slowly move into over the cap location of this. Behold my great picture. I am going to go in here and disconnect. That is why quickly. Excuse me. Disconnect that. So. This is my Gone Fishing camp build. I've showed this off in a previous video, so I won't be showing... Tank, this is not the time. I won't be showing off too much in this. So this has become my main camp. So for the cap part of this, again, when you, for older players, I highly suggest investing in things that generate food in products and stuff like this. So the Deathclaw Slow Roaster, the Mirelurk Steamer, if it's not there, then I am so sorry. That was a early on thing, and it became Fallout First. I know a lot of people get Fallout First. Brewing Vat. This was a scoreboard thing, and it came back into the store. Critter Cooker. I wouldn't highly suggest investing in a company tea machine, but you can if you want, because it has a limit. It has a condition bar on them. However, the canned coffee machine that produces the coffee, they don't have a condition bar, which is really confusing. What else? Oh, so the generators that produce meat, the Deathclaw Slow Roaster, the Mirelurk Steamer, and the Critter Cooker, they produce cooked meat. That also helps you skip the process of cooking for XP. Also, it helps you when you get a daily quest of eat cooked meals. You can take those items, and you can sell those. That's a cap. Those are basically cap generators. Same thing with the Weenie Wagon, which produces canned dog food. That's a cap generator. Again, that's a cap generator. Now you do have the Thrasher Field Dressing Station, which produces uncooked meat. Now, this is where the part I was saying that it gets a little tricky. Where the XP and caps start like overlapping each other. So, like I mentioned earlier, when you cook food, you can gain XP from cooking food, like so. Let's Labrador fish. We're gonna go ahead and cook some mole rat chunks. I'm getting 2. I don't know if you saw on the bottom on how it was 5 per. It's 5. Now it's not a whole lot of XP, and it's because I don't have my charisma and intelligence build up. Mine is morely focused on the first 2 categories of perks, but again, you can always change that. Now that goes for everything that you cook. Okay. No matter what you cook, you get XP from. Now, the part that the caps come in... Oh. Hold on, I want to make sure I got everything. The part of the caps come in, the stuff that you cook, you can sell. Just like the ones up here that generate cooked food. And all that you could sell for caps. Now, even better, now the food that you cook has a condition bar. The cannery that was introduced this season, okay, you can basically take cooked food, put in cans, and it turns into canned food. Now, canned food takes food with condition bars, takes the condition bar away, basically. And what will happen... Hold on. Oops, sorry. Takes the condition bar away and contains the food and keeps it in pristine condition. And you can still sell those. So either way, you're making more and more caps. Now, another good way of trying to farm XP and caps is not more of what I'm going to show you, it's more of what I'm going to suggest. Also, you can take your vegetables and sell those at vendors. Whatever you generate in these chems and stuff. I'm going to also suggest that players that have a Nuka-Cola, the Collectron collecting Nuka-Cola, do not drink your Nuka-Cola. Don't drink your Nuka-Cola. Sell the Nuka-Cola. I'm gonna wander up this way. But yes, sell the Nuka-Cola. One Nuka-Cola can range to a vendor from 2 to 6 caps per Nuka-Cola. This is not a joke. I'm not pulling anyone's chain. I have done this. Ever since I found this out, I don't really drink a Nuka-Cola in this game unless I'm looking to get a buff, unless a daily challenge has asked me to do so to complete the quest, or unless I'm looking to lose weight in the game. Now, the technical side of what I'm going to suggest is not more of what to do within the game. Use use like social media resources like YouTube. Look for guides. Look for if you've discovered a method of like trying to gain XP and caps, return to that. Return to that. Even use old methods and your new method if you find a new one. Go ahead and do that. The more you do that, the better, easier off you'll have. Other than trying to constantly, like, oh no, I have to find a way to gain this much XP within this certain amount of time. You don't have to worry about that kind of thing if you go through with these ideas. These ideas are good. Again, to new and old players, I highly suggest you invest in item generators like such. Okay. I know the coffee machine is always on a sale, so that one you can always pick up. This one, the slow roaster for the Deathclaw, and the Mylark Steamer, I can't really highly say because I know that they, at one point or another, they both moved over to Fallout First. If you don't have it before Fallout First, I'm truly sorry. I know the Weenie Wagon you can get from Minerva, Samuel, or someone at the crater for gold bullion. So I know Minerva sells it at like, we'll sell it like at a cheaper price, so do always keep an eye out. What else? I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I can really offer. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and I shall see you all next time. Oh, well, actually, you know what? Wait a minute. Is there anything else? No, there's really nothing else, but I might as well just show a good part of the game while I'm playing. So another thing that I like to do, like, to show you what all of these are, all of this ideal, and like, as a matter of fact, I have to get my dailies in, so what I'll do is this. What is that? So I'll take everything I own that I possibly can. As you see, the for example, canned ribeye steak, no condition bar. But if you were to cook a regular ribeye steak, condition bar. Same as rad scorpion steak, awesome possum bacon. I'm gonna let those build up, so I'm not gonna sell those. This is a perfect example for me to show you about the Nuka-Cola. Now, it does say on the item stat bar, it says one Nuka-Cola value is 10 caps. That's not true. Don't believe that. You have to go by what the vendor in-game is. The logger. Pastrami was another thing that you can get in a season that generates food. However, I did not get that. I did not make it that far in that season that year, or that season specifically. So that's another one to invest in. I suggest it. I do go around to other camps and do collect the ones that are available. All right. Purified water. Sell your purified water.
Greetings, comrade.
You can do the same thing for your aid. Purified water, your food, your first aid stuff, your chems, all of that. Do all of that. It will help you build your caps. Okay. So with that being the case, I'm gonna stash all my fish that I've caught. Now you can sell the fish if you would like. I don't do that. That is an optional thing. I don't do that because it helps me out getting like legendaries and stuff from the Fisherman's Rest for the giant crab. I do have a generator for that, which I will show off here in a second. Oh, no, I need that. So the generator that you would be looking for is something like this. It's called a fish trap. I got that off the store. I'm pretty sure they're gonna end up bringing that back. It's good for you. It basically catches fish for you. I'm sorry, I'm about to have a stroke. However, the fish that this catches for you does not affect the fishing challenges that are here. So none of this gets affected by that, unfortunately. Now, to show on the process of the generators that I can sell. So I'm going to go to my closest that I believe would be the perfect one to go to. What's it called? Vendor. So I'll go over here to Morgantown. So again, I'm like level 243. I'm at this point a returning veteran player. So again, Morgantown Airport, where you can, farm enemies for that XP and then whatever items you have. And then hold on. I want to get the first. So down that way is Morgantown Train Yard, which is, you can do the same thing. You can technically count both these areas as one location to farm. They're so close to each other. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to take all of the food-related items. So for like one beer, it's 1 cap. That's not bad. For 1 canned coffee, that's 2 caps. For 1 can of dog food, that's 1 cap. The chicken thigh, which is not cooked, is 1 cap. So like all this stuff, it will add up. So like all this. Grilled ragstag, 4 caps. How much is it for 1? 1 cap for 1 chunk. So I'm gonna show off the Nuka-Cola last. Pastrami. 1 pastrami is 2 caps. 1 cap for each. 1 water. I get 1 water. If I sell 1 water, that's 3 caps a piece. But now I'm about to sell 30. 90 caps. All of this will add up and add to your little cap thing down there. So to the Nuka-Cola, for 1 of these, 2 caps. A Nuka-Cola cherry for 1 is 4. Quantum is 5. Wild is 2. Grape is 2. Orange is 2. 6 caps total. Got 2 out of just the 1. For 5, I got 10. For the 1, I got 5. For 4, I got 8. This all, again, adds up. Again, I highly suggest that you take these ideas, and I think you should implement them into your camp. Again, I hope, I hope everyone had a great time seeing this video. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and I shall see you all next time, and goodbye.